Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about real estate investing with no money. You're a dream to building wealth, but you have no funds to start. Do you want to be an employee or do you want to be an investor? Do you want your income to be taxed each pay period or do you want passive income that's non taxable? Do you want to live check to check or do you want to build wealth and have the freedom to choose? The only way to build wealth is by acquiring assets that both have income and growth in it. Today, we're going to be talking about the myths of real estate investing, fix and flip, buy and hold. So stay to the end. Rhea, let me start off by telling you a story of a contractor friend of mine in Westport, Connecticut. He came to me, he's like, Todd, I got a deal in Norwalk. I need to acquire it, but I don't have any money. So what I did is I said, all right, I will get you the funds to acquire the property. I'm going to get you the funds to do the rehab. And I'm also going to get you a working capital loan for the sheetrock and nails. So that's exactly what I did. So we got a hard money lender that financed the $500,000 to buy it. The same lender gave him a secondary note for the roof, the kitchen, the bathroom, the repair. And then I also got him a working capital loan for another $100,000 for the sheetrock, the nails, et cetera. And also that came with no prepayment penalty. So from there, within 90 days, they were able to rehab the whole property and list it for like $1.2 million. And so then he takes that equity that he just got out of that deal, and now we're doing more deals and more deals. And so he couldn't be happier. So now that you know that I have proof of concept, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this in more detail. Let's dive deeper into fix and flip and buy and hold.
So, Todd, what is real estate investing and how do I build wealth?
Great question. Have you ever played the game Monopoly?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you experience when you played the game?
Well, I go around acquiring properties, and then once people land on it, I charge them.
Great. Yeah, that's exactly right. So you want to look at real estate investing just like the game Monopoly. So in our world, it all comes down to taxes. So in what do you want to be in life? Do you want to be an employee that every pay period your check is taxed and you only get net pay and you're not really acquiring wealth? You could be a small business owner, and the small business owner has its own tax benefits, but also has some bad sides to it. Or you could be big business like Google, but what are the odds of you creating the next Google? So, what I like is the investor class. So, in the investor class, you're getting passive income that isn't taxed. And so, the type of assets that you can acquire in life are, like gold and silver and artwork and things like that. But the best assets out there are assets that produce both growth and income. So, we like to talk about it as cash flow. So as you know, your growing assets, real estate assets, you can do with a buy and hold program, or you can do the fix and flip program. And we're going to talk more about this in greater detail. But the buy and hold, just think of it as on the monopoly board, you're buying the property, you're holding it, and you're getting the growth out of it as time goes by. And then as every time somebody lands on your property, they're paying you rent and you're getting the income. So over here on the fix and flip, just like in the TV shows that you're seeing, they're going in there, they're buying the real estate really cheap. The worse off it is, the better. Then they fix it up, they put it in the kitchen, they put it in the bathroom, they put it on the roof, and then they turn around and sell it in 60 to 90 days, and they make a huge upside on the equity. So they're taking something that's a terrible, messy building or a single family, cleaning it all up and making it so the buyer comes in and goes, oh, it's done. This is great. I'll pay full price. So whenever you're getting into the business of acquiring assets and acquiring wealth, you need a team. You need to be able to have the team help you with the purchase, have the team help you out with owning the property, have the team helping out with managing it, because all these different sections come with their own, how do I say it, trials and tribulations. So having a team of attorneys, accountants, finance, and contractors, having the right team assembled, make sure that your asset accumulation runs smoothly. So, what are the different areas that you can do for real estate investing? You can do residential and you can do commercial. So, on residential, you can do single family. Again, single family, you can do buy and hold or fix and flip. And again, these are investments, these are not the home that you're living in. You could do two family. Two family is great for buy and hold because it comes with income each month. Okay. You could do three family, and then you could do apartments. So as you grow, as you keep acquiring more properties, before you know it, you're running apartments and you're getting all that income passively month to month, and you're building wealth. And then 10 years go by, and all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, the property that I bought for $100,000 is now worth $1 million. And you can go to the bank and you can borrow against that $1 million tax free. So then on the commercial side, you may be a business owner and you have a plumbing business and you want to put your business in the industrial complex. You can put your business on one end and then rent out the rest of the building. You could do a strip mall. You could do an office, professional office space. You could do mixed use. So again, you're going to get both the equity as the commercial property grows, and you're going to get the income. Okay. So with everything I just said, let me recap. You want to have the right team. You want to know what type of properties you want to invest in. You want to know how to manage it throughout its life cycle. You want to know the difference between a fix and a flip and a buy and a hold. And what does that mean to the cash flow? And then realizing what it means to you as an investor. Again, you're accumulating wealth through passive income that has major tax advantages, and that's how you grow wealth.
So Todd, can you tell me a little more about buy and hold and the advantages of wealth building?
That's a great question. So, in buy and hold, you're acquiring assets, as we talked about, both in residential and commercial. And over time, that through inflation, the real estate is growing in value. Okay. So, what that is growth or equity. So, equity, you buy the property for $100,000, 5 years go by, now it's worth $1 million. That $1 million you can borrow against tax free. So, you take out, say, a $500,000, and then you can go and buy another apartment or single family, three family, and that's how you're accumulating wealth. Because guess what? The money you just borrowed, is that your money? No, it's other people's money. So you're leveraging your property to go acquire more and more properties. And that's how you start building your own monopoly board. So then it's coming with income. So if it's a three family, you have three families in there, not only paying the mortgage every month, but you can put a little bit extra on there, so that's your income. Okay, so over and above the cost of the mortgage. So that's how you do it. You rent it out, you make sure that you're buying it for the right price. You're making sure that from an income stream that the rents will not only cover the mortgage but more, and that you're buying it at the right price because you know that in 10 years it's going to be worth double, triple, and then you can borrow against that equity to buy more and more properties and make your monopoly board bigger.
So Todd, I've watched a lot of these shows on HGTV on fix and flip.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little more about it?
Yeah, great question. So it is exactly that. You want to fix it up as fast as you can, so that way you can flip it and take the equity, the upside, and do another, and then do another, and do another. It's a business. So the goal is to buy the property as low as you can. So you want to buy the biggest disaster out there in a nice neighborhood. And so what you're doing is you're getting in there, you're putting in a new roof, you're putting in the modern kitchen, you're putting in the modern bathroom, you're redoing all the bedrooms, great flooring, and then you're listing it, and then you list it for not only what the market bears, but a little bit more. And that is your equity upside. And that's where you make your profit. So let's take an example. Let's say you buy something for $100,000. You work on it for 90 days, and then you turn around and sell it for 900K. Then you're going to have to minus out your expenses. What did you pay the attorney, the contractor, the finance company? And the difference is your profit. And then you do that, you take that profit and you go down the street and you look for the next disaster. And then you buy it, you clean it up, you list it, you sell it. You buy it, you list it, you sell it. So on and on and on. So that's fixing and flipping. It's a business model where here you're holding on to the assets. In the buy and hold, you're holding on to the assets. Here, you're selling the asset and you're going to do it again.
So Todd, what can BitX do for me?
Great question. Great question. So it all comes down to financing. Without the financing, you can't do the deal. So at BitX, we can get you what's called a hard money loan. We can get you the working capital. We can get you the down payment. And we can get you the, how do I say it, repair loan. So let's break it down. So with any property, let's say you need to buy a property for $100,000, all lenders are going to want to see that you have the down payment. So what BitX will do for you is we're going to go out and we're going to get you unsecured, no prepayment term loans with interest rates around in the teens, 5 to 7 years. So what I do is I'll get you the down payment. You put that into your bank account, you season it for 30 days. Then we go to the hard money lender and we ask for the 80% to acquire the property. So we got the 20% and a term loan. We got 80% and a hard money loan. Then you got the property, you're on set, and then the same lender will provide you a repair loan to put on the roof, put in the kitchen, to put in the bathroom. And then that same money that I use to get you a down payment will also get you a little extra so you have working capital for the nails, sheetrock, and all the miscellaneous expenses. So what does that mean to you? It means 100% financed. So it's almost very hard to use other people's money. So when we first met in the beginning, you asked me, says, how do I build wealth with no money? Well, this is how you do it. All you need to have is good credit, 700 or higher, and have good personal income of 50K. So if you have good personal income, you got good personal credit, we can get you the down payment again. That same down payment would satisfy the hard money lender. The hard money lender will provide you the remainder, and that same hard money lender will provide you the repair. And then we're gonna get you a little extra for working capital, and again, 100% financed. And then you come back all the way over here, and you start acquiring and building your monopoly board that we talked about. Okay, you're building your growth, you're building your income, you're taking that growth, that equity, and you're borrowing against it, and you're going to buy another property, another property, another property, and then 10 years from now, you're a millionaire 10 times over. Now that we made it all this way, let me share with you 3 myths in real estate investing. Myth number 1, no money, no investing. So we talked about this. So at BitX, we are going to get you the working capital loan and the down payment, and you take that down payment and you season it, and then you bring it to the hard money lender and you say, listen, I have the down payment, finance the rest. That same hard money lender is going to finance the repair. So what does that mean? You can be an investor in real estate with no money down. All you need is good credit, good income, and knowledge of the industry and the right team in place. So if you have all those elements, we got it. All right, Ria, myth number 2, overnight success. It's not going to happen. I want to talk about the 3 Ps: planning, patience, and persistence. when it comes to real estate investing, you got to make sure you plan everything correctly. You have the right team, the right finance, et cetera, et cetera. You have to be patient because it takes time for the properties to grow in value and have everything in place. And then you have to have persistence. You have to be able to go out and acquire more and more properties. And so you have to be persistent in your goals. So come walk with me. So I just talked a little bit about inflation. So on the buy and hold, you're buying a property for $100,000, but it will take some years before it gets up to $1 million. So that's patience. Okay. And then on fix and flip, this is more about planning and being very strategic. You're buying a property at a low value, you're fixing it, you're flipping it for a higher dollar amount, and then you're taking that equity into the next property. So let's go back down here to the 3 Ps. Again, you have to have a plan of attack. You have to be patient, for the value to rise, and you have to be persistent. You have to stay in the game. You have to keep going out more and more properties. You can do it. You can win. Myth number 3, passive incomes means no work. That's a total myth. Let me tell you, just to go out and find the right property to purchase takes a lot of energy and time to go. And then once you own the property, you have to maintain it. The plumbing will break, the electrical go, the landscape needs landscaping, the renter is complaining. So owning comes with property maintenance and then managing, just as I said. So you have to be patient, as we talked about. You have to plan and you have to be persistent in what you're doing. But passive income comes and comes, but it comes with work. It's not something where you can just buy a property, sit back, and let the money roll in. No, it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of work. But if you set it up correctly, you can become very wealthy. All right, let's recap. Today we talked about wealth building through assets in real estate. We talked about fixing and flipping and buying and hold. So, if you like this content, I want you to visit our channels because we have great content out there for you. Also, if you have any questions, I want you to call me. I want you to visit our website at bitxcapital.com. I want you to go to our social media and I want you to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Todd Rowe, and I'll see you on the next one.